What's up, guys? It's Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be breaking down how wide receivers can run routes like a D1 wide receiver. So we're going to be talking about a couple different pre-snap looks here from Devontae Smith at his time at Alabama, and then some great wide receivers coming up in this up-and-coming recruiting class. So I hope this video helps you guys out. Hope it teaches you a few new things. But also, fellas, if you're a wide receiver and you want over 100+ wide receiver drills that you can do on a day-to-day basis for 4 weeks, check out that very first link in the description below for our 28-day on-field wide receiver workout plan. Fellas, it's a 4-week daily schedule. We map out everything with sets, reps, and examples of each exercise. So check out that very first link below if you're interested, fellas. Let's get started. So first example here is Devontae Smith, and he's going to be running this kind of like 10-yard out concept, right? So we have inside shade coverage, and he's an off-man coverage. So number one, before I play this clip full speed, I'll play it in a second. Why is he lined up inside shade? That's what you have to think about. He's trying to take away the inside. So he wants to prevent you from running a post, wants to prevent you from running a dig. And now if you're a wide receiver and you're trying to stand out to a college coach, they are looking for guys who know how to run routes, who know how to set up their routes, who know how to structure their routes, and be able to create separation due to their stem and their move at the top of the break. So let's play this full speed and let's break it down. So he does a great job attacking the DB's leverage. So we talk a lot about attacking leverage. We talk a lot about attacking a specific shoulder of the DB with your stem. But when he is lined up inside shade and you have an outside breaking route, we have to attack his leverage. We have to try to get him to weave to the inside because that is where he wants to defend. So if you ever go up against a guy who's lined up inside shade like this, my number one goal should be closing the space, but also stemming to the inside, because that is what will get him to weave, and it creates a bigger window to the sideline. The mistake that a lot of wide receivers will make is that they'll come off the line, they'll get off the ball, but this DB's lined up inside shade, so they'll just think, oh, I have the out route, and they're just going to go run it, right? They never attack the DB. They run right at his outside shoulder. That is exactly where he wants you to go. Because whenever a DB has a specific leverage, right, he's shaded to the inside like so, he has inside leverage. He's shaded to the outside, that would be outside leverage. Wherever his leverage is, he's trying to force you away from it. He's trying to push you to his help. So in this case, you're thinking, oh, well, he's inside. Where's his help at? He doesn't have any help. There's nothing outside. The sideline is his help. The sideline serves as an extra defender. So we want to try to create as much space as possible from that sideline so the QB can have enough space to throw me open. So what this wide receiver does off the line is he does a great job of attacking the DB, right? Devontae Smith attacks his leverage. He gets this DB to weave to the inside. This is why you wouldn't want to attack a DB's leverage if it were like an inside breaking route. If it were an inside breaking route and you try to square this guy up and he keeps his leverage, you're going to end up running right into him. You attack his leverage when you have a route away from the leverage. And we're going to show an example of a route in a second where you have inside shade off man and you were to have to run a post or a dig. But we have to make sure that we attack it. Now, at the break point, what Smith does is he uses this rocker step, right? So a rocker step is like, rather than just cutting off of your inside foot and running an out route, he does a 1-2. So he does like this double cut at the top of the break. So he comes up, he does this double cut, he threatens him to the inside, hips going, shoulders going, head fake, actually stepping into his frame, because that looks like an inside breaking route. We were trying to threaten him to where he doesn't want me to go. He has no help inside. So he is taught, do not give up the inside. Don't give up the post. Don't give up the dig. Funnel everything to the sideline. So if I could threaten him there, that is what can get him to bite. And now you see the amount of space that I have to accelerate out on this break and win this route. You have to make sure, fellas, we are constantly attacking the leverage of the DB if his leverage is away from my route. Now, like, bring it back to the very beginning. And the whole reason I post this video is just to show you guys that it's not necessarily about being the biggest, fastest guy in the world. Like Devontae Smith is a very thin guy. He's not this big freak athlete. He's extremely fast. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that. And he's tall enough for sure. But, he's not the Julio Jones type receiver. Mike Evans, big, stocky guy on the outside. But he knows how to run routes. There are a lot of high school guys out there that have the size, have some speed. But, they maybe don't pass the eye test or they don't pass that, like, physical test where they're looking for, like, 4.3 speed. But your route running is what can set you up. Understanding how to set up a DB, understanding where to make a DB move, how you can make him move is what will get you separation. And separation, being able to make big plays, is how you can stand out on film, but also how you guys can separate yourself from the pack if you're maybe not that eye test guy. Let's play this thing again, full speed one more time. Great job by Devontae Smith, stemming inside, faking to that post, and then being able to win on that out route. All right, so now, next clip here is going to be from a 5-star wide receiver coming out of class of 2023. This is Brandon Innes out of Broward County, Florida. Now, I love the way this guy runs routes. I think he's extremely talented, extremely explosive, and I think it's something that a lot of you guys can learn from. But let's look at the coverage here. So, again, it's understanding how to run routes. If you're not the biggest, most physical guy in the field, you got to know how to run routes. You look at guys, and I think that's honestly changing when it comes to the NFL and the way college football is played, because everybody's switching to that air raid system. You got 5 receivers, you got a lot of one-on-one matchups. They are constantly trying to get you separation. So if you can do that, you see guys like Hunter Renfrow in the league having success. Cooper Kupp, maybe not the guys who run the fastest 40-yard dash, but they know how to run routes. So coverage-wise, inside leverage, DB's out, or wide receivers here. This DB's lined up inside the hash. He's maybe 8 yards back, 2 yards inside, I would say, maybe 1 yard inside. So what's he trying to take away? Trying to take away the inside. Innes is going to be running a post route. So let's play this thing full speed. So Innes off the line, full speed. Outside shoulder is able to break this thing off and win on this route. So this is one of the things that a lot of wide receivers struggle with, is doing this route. They struggle trusting themselves at the top of the break. And that's what we're going to try to get rid of here. So when you come off the line, DB's inside shade, if you were to stem him and just try to step on his toes, if you will, and attack his inside shoulder or midline, so many people teach that. And it's beyond me why they teach it, because they're getting you ready for a crappy DB. I don't want to get you ready for a crappy DB. I want to get you ready for a talented DB who knows what he's doing. And when he sees a wide receiver attack his leverage inside, what do you think he's going to do? Weave to the inside and protect the leverage. His whole purpose in life is to not let you run a post. So he's not going to give that up. You have to make sure that we know where to angle the stem. So that's what Innes does right here. He goes right at this outside shoulder, and he is selling vertical. All the day one basic stuff that you learn as a wide receiver, like, hey, I'm going to sell fade. Hey, I can't shot my strides before the break point. I can't raise my pad level up. It can all apply on every single route that you run. So leading into this break point, let's watch his speed. It's the exact same thing. He's pumping his arms. He's running in full stride. His pad level does not change. Everything about this looks like he's going to run deep. And that is what will get the DB to commit. Eventually, the DB has to open up and play the fade. If he doesn't, he's guessing, right? And then maybe next time, if he wants to just sit to the inside, I could just go run right by him and go run a fade. My job is to make him move. Maybe you're backside on a play, and your job is to run a fade. Maybe we treat it like this so we could set up future routes that I have coming in the game, in the practice, whatever situation you're in. But you got to know how to pair your routes together to make sure that we could get space. Now, again, a great job by Innes selling fade, attacking outside shoulder. Stem matters, but also technique matters to be able to go. Now, guys, this is something that's very that you need to work on to be able to be successful with this type of move and run routes like an elite college guy, is being able to cut off of that 1 foot, being able to have the ankle stability, the knee stability, the explosion and the strength in your legs to be able to make that one cut and slip underneath. Because a lot of you guys try to do this and then you cut, but that cut isn't sharp enough. It's not sudden enough, so you end up drifting upfield into this DB, and that's what will lock you up. But if you can shoot that foot in the ground, have enough ankle stability, knee stability, strength to be able to cut on a dime like this, that is how we can win. Let's play this thing again, full speed one more time. Great job by Innes attacking outside shoulder of this DB, forcing the hip flip, and then winning on that post. All right, fellas, I really want to thank you for watching. I hope this helped you out. I hope it gave you some value. And if you guys have any questions at all, don't hesitate to leave those in the comment section below. Always appreciate the feedback, fellas. It's always great to hear from you guys, per usual. And again, if you would like a 4-week long on-field workout schedule, over 100+ drills, check out that very first link in the description below. I'll see you guys next time.